Miss Melina. Thank you for joining me tonight. I just have a couple questions on your career that I want to ask you about.
Okay.
Is that good? Okay. How did you come into working in the makeup industry?
Actually, I used to volunteer for Genesis Women's Shelter, and of course that's a domestic violence shelter, which kind of influenced me on doing something more than volunteering. When they had an opening here at Ulta, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to help women in another way.
How long ago did you volunteer?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And was it hard breaking into the makeup industry? I know it can be competitive.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I think it was harder for me to maybe find the info and the different brands and stuff like that. So.
Okay. And in your opinion, what is the most rewarding aspect of working with people?
Knowing that they leave satisfied with the product that they were looking for, and making sure that that's what they came in for and they leave with what they wanted.
Okay. And how do you feel society has influenced the way women look at beauty?
I guess negative. It's a totally negative influence because if it's not about weight, it's about wrinkles, and if it's not about wrinkles, it's about something else. So it's always a negative influence, and everybody's looking for a fast fix or a cure, and that's not going to happen.
Right. And how do you feel society has influenced the way women look at beauty as being the source of judgment?
It's like a constant need for them to, compete with other women instead of, uniting and saying, like, this is how I am, this is how, it's going to be. Instead of coming in and trying to make themselves, look better with what they have, they just want to change their whole aspect, their outer aspect, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be happy with what you have. And
do you think people have tried to be more open towards that? Do you think people, like nowadays, they're trying to unite more than they used to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's more positive now than it was maybe about a year ago when everything was just like, I think I should do a nip and tuck or some other kind
I've noticed a lot of people steer away from plastic surgery now.
Right.
Than they used to. Okay, and do you focus more on their outer image request, or do you do a little self-esteem boost while you're talking to your clients?
You have to, because you got to know on a personal level first what they want. I mean, they're pretty much open. If you ask them a question, they're going to let you know personally what they're going through, first of all. And then you can, basically get to know them from that first 2 or 3 questions that you ask them. So it's on an inner.
Good. And what is the most popular product that you work with?
I believe it'd be primer. Primer and Bare Essentials. Yeah. Yeah. This is like the number one thing. Yeah.
Okay. And surely you've had a lot of training to get to your position, and along with, you have to have kind of a creative mind and a hand in the arts. So tell me about that.
Basically, it's whatever is around you should influence you. That's what I think. I see a color and I think, wow, that would look good on an eye. Everybody thinks that a smoky eye is necessarily like a dark eye, and it could be a bright eye, like a bright color. So everything around me is what influenced me.
So the smoky eye would be more of the way you apply it, rather than to the color.
Right.
Okay. And describe to me a process you would go through to understand a client's wants and needs.
We actually have them sit down at our areas, like the chairs that we're sitting on right now, and we just ask them our basic questions. What look are you trying to achieve? Is it for a special event? Is this an evening look? Do you like heavier makeup? Do you like lighter makeup? Things of that nature, and getting to know what their likes and dislikes are.